This is Royal Caribbean's Star of the Seas, and today we're taking you on a full ship tour of the newest and biggest cruise ship in the world. We will walk you through each of the massive neighbourhoods, giving you our best tips along the way. As usual, this trip has been self-funded. We were not invited, so you're going to get our honest thoughts. It's going to take a while to get around, but we really hope you enjoy all of our footage. So let's start off in one of the most exciting neighbourhoods on board. This one's called Thrill Island.
Here you will find 6 epic water slides that are so much fun, but at the time of filming, only 5 were actually working.
Yeah, there was a slight incident with one of the water slides on Icon of the Seas recently where the water slide smashed, so this one isn't open for the time being, even on board this ship. But the other slides are absolutely fantastic. Now, our top recommendation is to do the slides on a port day because you'll find there's much quieter lines and you're not going to have to wait for ages. But this space really is spectacular. It's like a full-on water park on board a ship. It is so cool. There's no extra charges to use any of the slides. They're all included in the price of your cruise, so we highly recommend you do it. There's loads of space to chill out in the shade and in the sun, and it's a really enjoyable area.
This area is full of high energy and loud music. It's definitely the funnest area on the ship.
Yeah, I have to say, I am always gobsmacked every time I see it. The slide you're watching now is the one that's currently closed. Hopefully, it will open shortly, and we just hope that the person who was injured is doing a lot better. Some of the water slides require that you use a mat, and they are super fast.
Now, we're coming up to something that you'll find on many Royal Caribbean ships. It's the flow rider. However, on this ship there is only one flow rider, meaning that lines can get busy when the cruise is full.
It's a really fun activity and it's really quite easy to do after a few practices. Around this area you're going to find so much seating. It's something that you're going to find all around the ship. And honestly, we just really like how bright and colourful it is. It's just really vivid, and Royal Caribbean are really pushing the boundaries of cruising compared to a lot of other cruise lines. And I have to say, we are just really impressed. I mean, just look at this. It's insane.
This is a big ship. There is no denying that. It's a big ship and it's bold. Now we're coming up to the mini golf course. This again, there is no extra charge for this. You just grab yourself a golf stick and a ball and play with your friends or family.
Anyway, there's also a sports court where the new modern sport pickleball is taking place. It always doubles up as a basketball course and soccer course, or football as we call in the UK. But next door to that is called the Base Camp. Now this venue was actually an extra charge venue on Icon of the Sea, so the sister ship, the first type of ship. But here now you can grab a cocktail. These do cost extra money, but the food is now included in the price. And we got to try several dishes, including the tater tots, and they are really good. All of the same dishes that were on Icon of the Seas, but now included in the price of your cruise, which is really good.
Yes, the tater tots are great, as well as the hot dogs, and you can also get pretzel bites with a cheese sauce.
There's also a Coca-Cola freestyle machine here if you have one of the drinks packages, and we're just taking a look at some of the other slides now. I mean, it's actually crazy that this is on a cruise ship. Just below you've got the Surfside area. We're going to be taking you to that in just a little while. We're going to visit all of the different neighbourhoods.
Next, we're going to get deserted at the milkshake bar. Now, this is an extra charge venue, so all the milkshakes and creations in here do cost extra, but they're big, extravagant milkshakes that are Instagram worthy.
Next up on Thrill Island, you've got even more things to do, including the climbing wall. This is a little bit terrifying, so I'm not going to do this one. And just next door, just like the Icon of the Seas, you've got the Crown's Edge. Now this is an extra pay activity and it can get quite expensive, especially on a sea day. Our top tip is to do it in a port day because it usually is a little bit cheaper, but it's quite terrifying. You've got to walk across a kind of obstacle course and then you're let loose, just like that, on a zip line where you zip line right off the edge of the ship. Bearing in mind the ship is 20 stories high, it's quite a drop below. But it's quite a lot of fun, isn't it, David?
It is a lot of fun, but it is quite a short experience. We've seen prices between $40 to $90 for that.
Now, the next neighbourhood is called the Hideaway, and this is for adults 18 plus, so no children allowed. And this is at the very back of the ship, right next door to Thrill Island. Upon entering, you're going to find several large hot tubs and some nice, comfortable seating. And then just below that, you've got arena-style seating with lots of sunbeds. Now, some of these sunbeds are actually extra charge beds, the big, comfortable double beds, and they can be very expensive indeed. Over $200 a day. Now we would recommend just getting there nice and early and grabbing one of the complimentary ones because I don't see the point in paying extra really.
Yeah, included in that sunbed you get some small extras like table service and a few waters. But this area does get very busy. It is very, very popular. Beds fill up early in the morning, so if you do want one of those beds, make sure you do grab them. Now, this isn't a quiet space located next to that kids area. It does get noisy and it also has music pumping throughout the day. So this is more of a beach club party vibe than a chill out vibe.
Yeah, and we've seen DJs play here, so it's quite of like an Ibiza style vibe. It's a really nice area though. Again, we like how colourful it is. There you can spot the infinity pool, which is right at the back of the ship, and it looks straight down onto that Surfside area. So going right to the edge really isn't for the faint of heart.
Now, this area has a lot of atmosphere during the day, but it actually becomes quite quiet on a night. So if you are looking for a quiet spot for a drink with some sea views, I do recommend this area.
Yeah, it's just nice to come and chill out. And like I said, if you don't have kids or want to get away from kids, it's the perfect area to disconnect. But remember, there's going to be other parts of the ship, which we're going to show you shortly in Chill Island, where there's much more space and many more sun lounges. So now we're just taking a look at that pool area again, the infinity pool. The seats by the side are complimentary, but these beds that you see in the middle, they are an extra charge, and they can be $400 or more per day. I know, shut the front door, that is quite expensive, but look how lovely that pool area is. Now, like David said, it does get really busy. It's probably one of the busiest pool areas we've seen on board the ship, and it can resemble something of people soup sometimes, which really isn't our kind of thing, but it does look lovely nonetheless. Just below that, you can see some of the Aqua Theatre suites, even though they're not called Aqua Theatre. I don't know what they're called on the ship, but the big suites overlooking the back over the Surfside area.
Cruises on brand new ships like Star of the Seas tend to be a lot more expensive, and that's why it's really important to stay on top of your finances. And that's where this video's sponsor, Rocket Money, comes in. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you manage your subscriptions, lower bills, set budgets, and even build savings goals. One of my favourite features is that it pulls all your subscriptions into one place. This morning, I only just realised I was still paying for a meditation app that I signed up to a free trial. I only meant to try it out, but Rocket Money flagged it straight away. Rocket Money can also help negotiate your bills, like internet or phone bills, so you don't have to. I also like the budgeting tool. If you're saving for a cruise, it's perfect. You can instantly see where your money's going and set custom savings goals to help you stay on track for your next trip or next cruise ship. Take control of your finances today. Keep your savings on track and join the 5 million people already using Rocket Money. Head to rocketmoney.com/Ben and David, or click the link in the description section below to get started for free, or unlock even more features with premium. Now, you do get some great views from up here, especially of the aft of the ship. On a clear day, it really is a great spot to come and relax.
Wow, just look how far down that is. It really is quite the feat of engineering, isn't it? Can you believe that we have managed to design these ships? Well, not us personally, the men and women who actually design the ships. They've done such a good job. Now, there's towel stations all around the pool areas. You're not going to struggle for that. You just need your key card. Make sure you return them because you will be charged if you don't. Now, just around one of the sides, there's some seating and some nice chill out areas, as well as a bar. So you're not going to have to go very far to grab some drinks.
Absolutely not. And like I mentioned earlier, during the day, this area is really buzzing, but it is a lot quieter on a night. So a top tip is to come here on an evening for a quieter drink. Now, can you just believe how big this shipper is? It is actually over 20 decks tall. This is a really great spot for some sunset drinks. Highly recommend heading up here when the sun's going down.
Now let's take a look outside of the ship. Now this footage here, it's the only footage that we didn't take, is the drone footage. But every other little piece of footage, every single piece is ours that we filmed on board. Now we're going to take a look at the main pool areas. This is called Chill Island. Just look how bright and colourful it is and just how big. Now this is one of the biggest pools at sea, surrounded by a few hot tubs, lots and lots of seating, but just look how vivid and fun it is. It's such a fun ship.
We absolutely love all the colours on this ship. It really does scream vacation and does put a big smile on your face. Now, despite the name Chill Island, this area is still quite lively and loud. There's actually music going out throughout here during the day, and sometimes they even have a live band on.
Now let's take the stairs up to the Lime and Coconut. Now this bar is across several decks, so it's got loads of different parts, and it's a really cool bar. Feels very Caribbean, doesn't it? You've got lots of slushy type frozen cocktails, alcohol and non-alcohol versions, as well as all of your regular drinks. But just look at this. You've got some great seating areas with some magnificent views looking into a park. There's also a slide which you can slide down to the deck below. Now take a look at our vlogs that are upcoming, because I really burned myself going down this slide when it was very hot. But isn't it such a cool area? All across these decks you're looking down to other decks. This is something that I really like about the ship. You can also hire these castitas, just like those sunbeds we were talking about earlier on. Now these can go upwards of $600 per day on a sea day. Now I know you get a lovely little private seating area and some bed you can rely on, but my gosh, there's no chance we would be paying that. There is so many other lovely comfortable places to be for free.
Now we have the Swim and Tonic. This is a swim up pool bar, and this is adults only. This is a really popular spot on the ship, and you will find people sat here all day, every single day. As well as the pool, you also have an extra hot tub.
Now, fun fact on Icon of the Seas, until recently, this was actually for everybody. Now it's 18 plus only, which is much better. But yeah, just looking across the ship to the other side now, we're still on the very top deck of the outdoor main areas, and here's another one of the pools. There's 4 pools in this area, and this one's a really unique one. It's kind of like a really long, thin pool, which is almost like an infinity pool because you're looking right outside, so you can get some fantastic views. Now we're just looking from that area back onto the Swim and Tonic area, and it just gives you an idea of the scale. There's another part of the Lime and Coconut here. So when I was saying you don't have to go far for a cocktail or a drink, you really don't have to.
You'll usually find this very top deck is the quietest out of all the different pool areas. So if you're trying to get away from the crowds, this is a good option.
This is the champagne style hot tub. I think this area was called Cloud 17 because you're basically in the clouds looking down at some of the other decks. But like David said, top tip, I don't think we really ever saw anybody sunbathing up here. And it is really lovely, guys, because you've got lots of areas that are shaded with this top area, then lots of areas in the sun. And it just feels like there's less children here because it's on the complete opposite side to the Thrill Island and those more kid-orientated areas. It's just lovely, isn't it?
It really is. You can still hear noises and music from the rest of the pool area, so it's not quite a quiet pool, but it is definitely quieter.
It's just blooming massive. We're going to keep saying this a lot, we really are, but we do like it. Right, heads up guys, this is a smoking area, so this is one of the smoking areas on board that we found. It was between the main pool area and that Thrill Island area. Now you can get through from Chill Island to Thrill Island using the middle part here. It's even themed, which is really cool, and we're loving all of the fresh artwork on Star of the Seas, which is very different to Icon of the Seas, so it's not just a complete replica. Things like the colours and the artwork have changed throughout the ship.
Now you can find so many lovely areas just to chill out and relax, and we love the fact there is just so many different types of seats, from sunbeds to sort of coconut pods and everything in between. There's also, like I mentioned earlier, live music that gets pumped throughout the pool area.
Now, I'm not going to lie, we keep saying that this is a big ship with lots of areas, but it is a busy ship, it really is. So if you're not into that, it might not be for you. Now, this is one of the complimentary dining options. It's called El Loco Fresh, and it's the Mexican, sound a bit like Sean Connery, the Mexican style cantina. So you're going to have a lovely little bar in here with some drinks for purchase. Recommend the tequila right here, but hey, it's really bright and colourful, isn't it? I mean, maybe too bright and colourful for some people, but it features a kind of like little buffet area where you can make tacos, you can have nachos, they've got fruit, pasta, dessert, they've got quesadillas, burritos, and a salsa station as well. There's also a drink station which is completely complimentary, so there's no extra charge for this. Several types of juices as well as tea and coffee, but there's plenty of seating areas all around. We like all of the little nooks and crannies with this ship. It does feel a different kind of style to the other ships. Everything's on different levels and it all kind of works together, and we really do like that. It's not boring at all. It's not your cookie cutter style ship. There's hot tubs, seats, little areas under the shade or outside of the shade just about everywhere, including another pool.
Yes, this is a cheeky little extra pool area. You find it just along the deck from El Loco Fresh, and it's another quiet cantilevered pool space.
Yeah, it's lovely. Now, this is one of the new areas on board because this was kind of like a trampoline park, weird seating area, but they've taken that all away on Star of the Seas and just popped some regular sun lounges as well as some nice little pods and strange looking seats to sit in. So that's a little bit different to what you had on Star. Now, we're making our way around now. And look again, another part of the lime and coconut. This bar must have about 16 different outlets on it. It is pretty huge and it's kind of in the center of the ship. So again, you're not far from a drink. And here we have another hot tub. There is not a shortage of hot tubs on this ship, which we love to see. We never had a problem getting in one. I'm not sure if that was because it was very, very hot outside at the time, but there was just so many spaces you could go and chill and relax.
Yeah, we just love how many hot tubs there is across the ship. It really does add to this cruise experience. Now, we were just looking down to Central Park, which we will be coming to in a little bit.
Now, we're towards the front of the ship now, and this is another area just opposite Swim and Tonic, but it's on the deck below. There you can see the Central Park that David was mentioning, but I'm talking about that part with the green chairs. Notice all of the new artwork as well. You've got lots of people on surfboards, but yeah, this area is another area, quite green in looks, lots of seating and a big hot tub as well. I didn't even count how many hot tubs there were, but it's just so vibrant. It's lovely. We love all of the seating, plenty of choice. You've got normal sun lounges, you've got comfy couches, or these lovely, lovely pods to sit in as well. But David, guess what? Yes, again, it's the lime and coconut, another version of it. It's crazy how many outlets there are, but it is just so bright and colourful, and I absolutely love it. Big shout out to the crew as well, who are amazing on Star of the Seas. Now, I think we're almost back at the beginning where we started with that really big pool.
Yes, we are. We're just going behind that big pool, the main pool on the ship, and just going to show you again some of the different seating options around the pool areas.
A really impressive neighbourhood, it really is. But we're heading to another neighbourhood now. This one is called the AquaDome. And this is quite special because it's not really on any other ship apart from Icon of the Seas. First up, look at this entrance. How cool is this? So it's kind of a performance venue. And on this ship, the show that shows here in the AquaDome, it's called Talk, and it's absolutely spectacular. My only complaint about this venue is that it is quite small, as you can see. A ship that carries almost 7,000 passengers. I'm not sure how many seats there are in here, but there isn't very many. So if you do want to see any of the shows, my top recommendation, download the Royal Caribbean app and log into the cruise planner before your cruise even starts to make sure you have every single one of the shows booked. Because if you don't, you're going to be disappointed and you'll have to go into the standby line. Now, sometimes this is okay, but sometimes it's very busy. But here are a few shots of that show, and it really is spectacular.
Yes, definitely book it if you can. On our sailing, which was a 4-day sailing, many people said they weren't able to get a reservation for that show.
Now, one of our favourites is the AquaDome Market. Now, this is connected to the AquaDome, and there's some new food venues on here compared to Icon of the Seas. So you've got a Mexican style venue. Of course, you've got a bar as well, which is fantastic. Lots of seating areas as well, which is great. But we love all of the windows all the way around. Here's Feta Mediterranean, so you can get things like gyros. We've got Pig Out Barbecue, where they do sliders, mac and cheese. We've got Mai Tai with some amazing Thai food, all complimentary, remember. And you've got that drink station as well with those fancy new drinks, touch-free stations with juices, iced tea, tea and coffee.
Then the creme de la creme, the creme de la crepe. This was the most popular place on the ship. Complimentary crepes, and they are absolutely delicious. You make them yourself, well, you put your order in and they make them for you.
Oh my God, they are amazing. My biggest recommendation is the Nutella with bananas and strawberries. Anyway, David, do you want to tell our lovely friends probably our most favourite area on board the whole of the ship, because it is quite spectacular.
Yeah, as you can see, we're coming up to some gigantic windows, and this is behind the Aqua Theatre. It's called the Overlook. Now, first, we have the Rye and Bean, which is a coffee cocktail bar. So you can get coffee-inspired cocktails, as well as just some regular coffee, alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
This space is gigantic, and it's a relaxation space. Now, it is completely covered, so it is climate controlled. So if it's hot outside, it's the perfect temperature inside. If it's cold outside, it's the perfect temperature inside. But we just love it. It's gorgeous, especially at sunset as well. It's perfect for a pre-dinner drink. You've got these cool virtual screens in the background with aquariums and really funky kind of crazy furniture. Whoever designed this is a genius, because honestly, I mean, look at it. It looks like goggles. It's just so cool. And of course, everywhere you go, you're going to find more bars, so you can get all of your favorite drinks if you are part of the drinks package or not. But it's just lovely. It's just so versatile. Just so many different types of seating and just infinite views all the way around you and above you. The views just go on for miles. It's like being outside.
Yeah, this area is really lovely. You found people in here reading, just relaxing, some people working. There was PowerPoints all around, including under the bar and under some of the seats. This really is the quiet space on the ship. Now, I do say that if they are rehearsing in the AquaDome, it does get very loud in here, so do be aware of that.
Yeah, we've got to be honest here, guys. There isn't many relaxing places on board this ship. It is go, go, go basically all of the time, but this is one of them. It can be very quiet in here if you just want to curl up with a nice book, listen to a podcast, or get some work done, like David said, because this ship really is bonkers. It's all about having fun, all about having an adventure and the best time. And honestly, we've been tough on Royal Caribbean in the past, but this ship does it absolutely perfectly. We've spent a good few weeks on this type of ship now, and I can confidently say that we really do enjoy it, and we can't wait to bring you all of our episodes on board. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out, and it keeps you updated with all of our content. We never get paid to do this by cruise lines. We are honest, we say it as it is, and we're never invited, so we just want to give you the best information that you're going to get. Now, the best information I've got are these little sky pods. Yes, you don't have to book them. It's first come, first serve. They're little pods in the sky where you can go and relax. And yes, they have plug outlets in there as well. North American, and in some places they had European outlets. So make sure you bring an adapter as well, just in case. But just look at this. Just wait. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Look at that. A private oasis where you can look across the whole of the AquaDome and the outlook, and it's just beautiful. This is my favorite place, or I should say favorite. Like I just said, USB, USB-C and a European outlet. But yeah, how amazing is this area? I would spend all day in here if I could.
Yes, definitely. This is the place to come and relax. Like we mentioned earlier, the perfect spot if you do have to do some work. Just to say, it is Starlink Wi-Fi on the ship. You do have to pay for it, but it works really, really well. We used it on our cruise, and you can stream and make video calls in it. It is very good. Now, we're going back into the AquaDome, and we're coming up to one of the first paid extra charge specialty venues. This is Hooked, and this is a fish restaurant. Now, you can choose to dine out here in the AquaDome. This is a great option. However, if there is a show on, do expect it to get busy around you while you're trying to enjoy your dinner, or you can choose to eat inside.
Or a top tip, avoid booking the show and book your meal for the same time of the show. See what I did there, guys? So you've definitely got a seat, but make sure you ask for one of those outdoor ones. Anyway, inside, it's a really lovely restaurant. It's just so bright. Unlike some other ships, Oasis class ships, just look at all of the windows. It's so fabulous. We're just screaming yay because it's just got so many lovely windows everywhere. You're at sea, so you want to see you're at sea, if that makes sense. But it's so lovely. It's just so bright and gorgeous in there. It really is. I really don't like eating here because I don't like seafood. Anyway, next door you've got the celebration table. Now, this is a private extra pay specialty dining reservation only area, and it's quite expensive. I think it might be a few $1,000s or at least a couple of $1,000s to hire this space out, and you can pick the menu. We got to do this on Icon of the Seas thanks to one of our lovely subscribers and their dog, Becca. We'll always remember her, but it's a lovely, lovely venue. It really is. Just a game with all of the glassware and all of the glass walls.
Yeah, so it is an expensive charge, but you are paying for the table, and you can split that obviously between everybody you're sharing your dinner with. Next up, we have the Windjammer main buffet on board. The Windjammer Marketplace. Hi guys. Oh, should we do a dance, Ben?
Oh yeah.
Don't forget to wash your hands as you enter.
Washy, washy.
Washy, washy. All the crew lined up as we were entering, just as it opened on the evening as well here.
And we have to say, the buffet on board this ship, Star of the Seas, was very, very impressive indeed. Now, again, our recommendation is to go as soon as it opens because you'll get the freshest food, the most best quality food, the least manhandled food, so nobody's touched the tongs, but there was a great selection. This was at dinner time. Cheese plates, lots of antipasta, lots of starters, appetizers, salads, cheeses, fresh meat which is cut in front of you, so a carvery station. Oh, donuts. Do not be tempting me because they look so very good. There was even like a fondue station where you could dip all of your chocolate, lots of chocolate desserts and pies and all sorts. You name it, it's there, including something that I like to call fruit, but I wouldn't know anything about that. There was lots of seafood, lobster, salmon, even filet mignon, fried chicken, corn dogs. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit hungry now. Even a station where they would cook you pasta and some Asian-style noodle dishes. Oh, look at that lamb, David.
So this has lots and lots of seating areas, but it does get busy. We are not going to lie, it can be a little bit like a zoo in here at times. In here you'll also find a bar, as well as a few of those Coke freestyle machines, and a complimentary beverage station with those same juices, teas, coffees, iced water. They do have a bar service where they do walk around here as well if you did want to order from one of the waiters.
And look at that, tomato ketchup on tap. But yeah, it is a big space. If you are looking for somewhere to sit and you start struggling, go all the way to the back because it's usually a little bit quieter. But again, this whole area is surrounded by windows all on the outside and on the inside, looking down to the decks below, and it really is lovely. We genuinely didn't find any problems finding seats if we went right to the back, but look at that, you can just looking into the Surfside right now, which we're going to take a look at in a little while. Oh, there we go. Washy washy. The crew are bloomin' incredible. We love them. They work so hard and they are just fantastic. Next up, Vitality at Sea.
So this is the spa on board. Now everything in here is an additional extra charge. All of the spa services. You can find out more if you just head down to the spa and get the prices there. It also has a salon and a barber's as well.
Yeah, they even had IV machines hooked up as well, which is crazy. So to dry for, oh, I saw what they did there. So yeah, you can get your nails done, your feet done, your back done, your hair done. You can basically get anything done, guys. But yeah, you're going to have to pay for it here on board. But if you want to treat yourself, go for it. There's also the Vitality Cafe, which tends to be more healthy things like smoothies and orange juices and maybe some healthy snacks called apples and oranges. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, and you can also get coffees and things as well. Obviously, it's all extra pay. Now, one thing that we love about Star of the Seas, just look at all of this artwork. It's all unique to the ship, so different to Icon of the Seas, and it's just everywhere. It's bright, colourful, vivid and bold, and I am hither for it. I love it.
So the elevator areas, or the elevator lobbies, are absolutely huge, and we love the elevators on this ship. You select your deck from a screen and you get told where to go to. Oh look, it's D for David. This just makes it so simple and so easy.
Yeah, so don't just get into any lift expecting to press a button when you get in there, because it's not going to work. You have to press a button and go to the elevator it assigns you, and we find it works so much better. There's two big elevator banks on board this ship. Now, David, the Lincoln Park Supper Club, themed after Chicago.
So the Lincoln Park Supper Club, it's a dinner show, and it includes a menu paired with cocktails as well as live music. Now, we didn't try this ourselves, but we did hear from a subscriber who said it was fantastic.
Yeah, but there's just no chance I'm paying those prices. It's a little bit too steep for us. Anyway, we're going to go into one of the other neighbourhoods. This one is called Central Park, and it's definitely one of our favourites. It's just absolutely gorgeous. First up, you've got Chops Grill, which is located here as well. This is a specialty extra pay dining venue. It's the American style steakhouse, serving steak, other cuts of meat. They have seafood in there as well. We've ate here a few times and it's pretty good. It's not our favorite, but it's a really nice restaurant. Love all of the little touches of gold on the roof and things. But again, if you want to eat in any of the specialty restaurants, make sure you book nice and early, because everything on our cruise had sold out before you even got on. You can eat inside, or you can eat al fresco in the park as well. But it's such a lush green area. All of these plants are real, and it's just so vibrant and lovely. I love it.
Obviously, this is a new ship, so we can't wait to see how it grows and gets even more beautiful. Next up, we have the Trellis Bar, which is one of our favourite spots for a pre-dinner drink.
Yeah, it's a really nice area outside in the park, and there's lots of different seating areas where you can grab a seat, chill out and relax. Also on the Central Park area, oh, look at the little moon man there. You've got Azumi in the park serving little bits of sushi, dumplings and some nice desserts as well. Now, this is a quick service window. You've also got Azumi, which is inside as well. So the full hibachi and sushi restaurant. And it's a really nice venue. We really do like it in here. It's a gorgeous space, again with windows looking into that park, so it feels like you're in New York or somewhere fancy like that. It's really nice. They also have hibachi tables as well, where you've got a chef cooking at your table, putting on a little show in front of you.
Now, this is an extra charge venue again, so you do have to book this, but obviously that window you can just go and grab one of the little takeaway items. Particularly recommend the bubble waffle cones. They were very, very delicious.
Also, you'll notice some windows. Yes, these are cabins, and we stayed in one of them, so make sure you watch last week's episode. Cabins that look interior to a park, which is absolutely insane, isn't it? But we're going to continue walking through. Just look at this. It's just gorgeous, pumping through the sounds of insects and birds and all of that gorgeous greenery. You can also access different areas from the Central Park, including the Royal Promenade, which we're going to look at in a little while.
So next we have the Park Cafe. This is a complimentary, included in the price of your cruise venue, and it's open for breakfast and lunch. It serves sandwiches, salads, some salads that you can make your own, soups, and some fruit and little treats as well. It's a really nice quiet spot. We always found this to be nice and quiet. You can choose to eat inside or go outside into the Central Park. That's the make your own salad bar, which was one of our favourite spots on the ship. And you can also grab yourself a bag of chips as well if you fancied it, and that again is complimentary.
You've also got a drink station again, so there's plenty of places where you can grab a complimentary drink, teas, coffees, juices, all of that stuff. But this is the seating area inside. All of those windows open up on a nice day as well, so it brings all of the outside inside. It kind of blends perfectly, which we really do like. And here's some of that outdoor seating where you can just take in all of the sounds, the noises, and the smells of the flowers as well.
Next we have a little drinks window called Bubbles that serves champagne, prosecco, sparkling wine and cocktails. A lovely little bar where you can grab a drink. You can choose to sit here or one of those lovely little French style chairs, or you can take it and find your own spot around Central Park.
Just how gorgeous is this? I can't say enough how much and how lovely this area is. It's just really spectacular. And the fact they keep pulling this off is just nuts. Look at all of the little artwork, all the little birds. It's just so lovely. It really, really is. Now, there's some very, very posh shops here on Central Park. Nothing had price tags, so we didn't even bother asking because we obviously can't afford it. Here's a view of some more of those cabins. They were infinite balcony cabins. If you want to see a full tour of that, like I said, check out our last video where we go into so much more detail. You can also peek through to the Royal Promenade, so that's the Pearl Cafe there below, and take a look at all of this really funky, cool works of art, which are just so cute. Look at that poodle peeing in the bush. How rude.
Next we have Lou's, which was a jazz bar on board. So on an evening they had a live jazz band in here, and they also served some great cocktails. Like Ben mentioned about the Park Cafe, they have some lovely big windows that also open up into the Central Park, as you can see here. It was such a nice spot because it was kind of like an indoor-outdoor space.
Yeah, I just love it. It's just really nice, especially when they're playing live music. You can hear it in the park, which is so lovely. But yeah, this is Central Park, and it's firmly one of our favourites, like we said. You can't go wrong taking a nice little stroll, especially nice at sunset and early in the morning when it's not too hot. Now, let's move on to yet another neighbourhood. This one's for the kids. It's called Surfside, and it's located at the very back of the ship.
Now, as you can see, it's bright and colourful, so it is firmly aimed at children and families. And this is where you'll find a lot of the activities that are aimed at them.
Oh, look at the flamingo. It's got a different costume on. On the last one, it had a dicky bow tie, as we like to call it. But yeah, you can even see the slides up into Thrill Island. And talking about slides, David, do you want to have a go?
Oh, let me have a go. Are you ready? Okay. Oh, too much cruise food.
Yeah. Anyway, we're just going to have a little walk through this area. There's lots of places to eat. There's a few bars, lots of activities for kids, including story times and little events. First up, we have the Surfside Eatery. And now this is a dedicated buffet just for families and the little ones, but anybody can go there, obviously. It's a great space. It's kind of a smaller sized buffet with some favourites that I'm guessing they would assume kids would like, and it's got a big seating area with lots of seating both inside and outside, and it's just decorated so well. It just looks so cute, like a beach seaside resort. I just love it.
Yeah, so this is open for breakfast and lunch, and it's usually quite quiet as well. So if you do want a quieter buffet space, head over here.
Yeah, you've got all your favourites: chicken, corn, mashed potatoes, little salads, pizzas, and lots of desserts, which look great, including a fondue station and a make-your-own sundae station. And again, you've got all of those fancy, new-looking drink stations with all of your lemonade, juices, coffee, teas, as well as a Coke freestyle machine. We just loved how they had umbrellas available as well. That is just so cute. And just opposite, you've got an arcade.
So this is your typical arcade. Everything in here is an additional charge, so do make sure you keep an eye on your bill so the little ones are not running up a big bill.
Now, like other Royal Caribbean ships, you've got a carousel, which is just so cute. It's a little bit smaller than the other ones on the other ships. I think it's aimed at those smaller kids, but it is a lot of fun. You've got the Sugar Beach shop where they sell lots of candy and things for an extra charge, but it is a really cute little area. We're just going to keep on walking down. There's plenty to see here. These are such big spaces, they really are. Now, next up, you've got the Surfside Bites.
So this is a complimentary quick serve window, and it serves things like hot dogs, popcorn, chicken, cheeseburgers, french fries, as well as some sweet treats. You've also got an additional drinks machine around here, and Sprinkles serving complimentary ice cream.
I just saw ice cream right next door. My gosh, they're really wanting to fill these kids with sugar, aren't they? Again, just like Central Park, you've got cabins as well as some of the Surfside family suites. We stayed in one of these on Icon of the Sea, so go back and watch those videos. There's a little play area for the kids, a little climbing area with some slides, which is really nice. And as we're walking down, you can see plenty of seating and chill out areas all in the centre. So you're free to take your food wherever you want to, which is really good. You don't have to eat in the restaurants. You can take it back to your room or eat in the middle or somewhere where the kids are.
Next we have Pier 7. Now this is an additional charge venue, another specialty restaurant, and it's like California inspired food. Now it's very casual in here, and it tends to be slightly cheaper than some of the other specialty restaurants.
I would say the whole ship is casual. There's no having to dress up. They do have some themed nights like a millennial party, as well as dressing up in white clothing items, but it's all very much up to you. You don't have to wear suits or anything formal, which is one of the great things about Royal Caribbean. At the very back, you've got a splash zone for the children, some for the slightly bigger kids and some for the even smaller kids, with a lovely little pool, a nice little bathing area at the very back. And you've got some slides with some water fountains and things. And the artwork is just so cute. It's just about everywhere, and we really do enjoy it.
We absolutely do. It's bright, it's colourful, it is very loud in this area, as you'd expect from a kids area. But quite surprisingly, on an evening, this area did become quite quiet and calm, actually.
You've got life fests, which are available for free, seating areas on either side. But I do think it's really lovely they have an area just dedicated to the young ones. You've also got the Lemon Post Bar, which is a funky little bar at the bottom of Surfside. It's just so well themed. It looks like some sort of enchanted forest on crack. I love it. It's so bright and colourful. Here again, you can get several types of cocktails and drinks, alcohol and non-alcohol, and some that are designed for children, because this is a children's and family designed area, so there really is something for just about everyone. But obviously, you're going to have to pay for it. So do bear that in mind when you're booking your cruise, all of these little extra things. Obviously, you can stick to all of the free things, the complimentary things, but there's lots of extras that you can add on. So we do recommend making a budget. But again, Surfside, what a lovely little area. Right, next up, let's head to Playmakers, throughout some shops.
Yeah, so this is sort of tucked away and you could easily miss it if you didn't know it was there. First things first, we're heading through some shops. So we've got the art gallery and some merchandise shops, and then we're coming into Playmakers. So this is a sports bar. It shows lots of different types of sports that are on the screens there. They actually do have a screen that shows you when the sports are showing, so what sports are showing on what time. And they also serve food in here as well for an additional charge. So it's your typical pub food, burgers, nachos, onion rings, things like that. It's very casual in here, very fun. They even have lots of little board games and things you can play all around.
Yeah, it's a nice space, it really is, and we often find it's quite quiet because a lot of people forget that it's actually there because it is kind of just tucked in between Surfside and the Royal Promenade, so in quite an awkward position really, but I do recommend that lovely cookie that they serve in there, the s'mores campfire cookie. It is bloomin' delicious. But yeah, they've got foosball, they've got pool, they've got a few arcade machines in there as well. So it's a nice space just to go and chill out. We do recommend the food in here. It is quite good and it is quite cheap compared to some of the other food, and you don't have to make any reservations. It's just walk in, which is nice. Now, something that's a little bit strange is that you've got to go through Playmakers to get to one of the most popular venues, which we're going to see in just a minute. But first up, you've got one of the boxes. It's called the owner's box, so you can hire this out for you, your family, your friends, so you can have a private space. I mean, it's never been that busy in there anyway, so I probably wouldn't bother if I was you. Anyway, this is called Absolute Zero. So this is the ice rink and arena on board the ship. Yes, you heard me right. It's got an ice rink on a ship. This one's a little bit different because it's a circular ice rink with seating all the way around. The show on board this ship is called Sol, and it has the biggest cast at sea compared to their other ships, and it really is a spectacularly fun show. All of the entertainment on board Royal Caribbean on this ship is just superb, isn't it?
It really is. It's some of the best entertainment you're going to see on any cruise ship because they really have put a big focus in on the entertainment. Just to say, they also host parties in there.
Next up, we've got some place that I have never ever been. Well, I lie, I went and filmed in here. It's called The Gym, and it is massive. It's very, very big indeed. Lots of different cardio machines, lots of different walking machines and moving machines and machines that move when you move your legs, and they've got screens on them, and they've got arm bits which you pull down, and they've got things that you lift and things that you can move apparently. And there was some weird things and movements that people were doing. It was, yeah, you can do things in here that I haven't done before, but it's all here and it's very large indeed. Oh look, somebody's working out behind. Lovely, very lovely indeed. Good job. Go have a nice drink after this, or maybe a cake.
So use of the gym is completely free, but they do have extra classes in here that you can pay for: training sessions, foot analysis sessions, weight loss seminars, things like that. They're all an extra charge. If the gym isn't your cup of tea, there's also a promenade deck with a walk around. First things first though, there is a little area for service animals where they can do their business. Including Sailor, the onboard chief dog officer. Lovely. Now we're at the front of the ship, and probably the best show we have ever seen at sea. Back to the Future, the musical. Oh my gosh. Amazing. The best cast, the best effects, a 16-piece orchestra, 26-person cast. Absolutely blooming amazing. Anyway, let's move forward from the theatre into one of the biggest neighbourhoods on board. This is the Royal Promenade. This is the centre of the ship, and it really is the sort of beating heart. You'll always find yourself walking through here, coming here, sort of always gravitating towards it. And off the Royal Promenade is lots of different bars, restaurants, shops and other services.
Now, the Royal Promenade, or Esplanade, is on a lot of other ships, but this is just different. Just look at that. You've even got windows to the outside. It's wider, bigger, more fancy. Anyway, let's take a look at the first venue. This is Boleros. So this is the Latin-styled, lovely bar area where you're going to get some live music, maybe dance classes, things like that. And you've got windows. Yes, windows on the Royal Promenade, which is a big win. Lovely spacious area. As you can see, they've got a stage where you can dance and a band is going to be there and stuff. But one thing we have to say is that a lot of these venues are very open, so they don't really have doors into them, so the sound can bleed a little bit. I mean, it isn't a major problem, but when two bars are playing music at the same time, it can be a bit weird.
So next we have the Pearl Cafe. This is such a gorgeous place to come and grab your morning coffee because it has those amazing windows.
And this replaces the Cafe Promenade on other ships.
So here you can get some coffees, which are an extra charge. It is Starbucks coffee, but it's not Starbucks branded, so that means you can use your drinks package here. They also have some hot sandwiches, cold sandwiches, salads, cakes, breakfast pastries, fruit, yogurts, all sorts, and everything here, the food is all complimentary, which is so fantastic.
And it's honestly so good. Now, there are complimentary beverages as well, including cold beverages like juices and iced tea and hot drinks, coffee, decaf coffee, and milk and things like that. But yeah, they're complimentary. But honestly, I can't rave about this place enough. Do not miss it because the food here is lovely. The desserts are really nice. The crew are lovely. And those windows are just spectacular, giving you so much light and loveliness and some very comfortable seating. The artwork around here is just spectacular. They haven't forgotten any part of the ship. They really haven't. It's just really beautiful. Gorgeous design, gorgeous colours. I just bloomin' love it. You can also get access to the Central Park, like we said earlier on, where you can go up those stairs. But this is the Pearl, the big feature.
Yeah, so this is the central focus of the Royal Promenade. It's sort of an artwork installation and photo spot.
Anyway, let's go back into that beautiful Pearl Cafe. It is just lovely, and I do love having a coffee in here. Anyway, let's make our way towards the front of the ship. Lots of little seating areas and lovely little designs. Just look at all of the theming. It really is lovely. It's a nice place just to grab a seat, take your coffee here and your snacks and just people watch. That's what we like to do. Just sit on the promenade, watch anything that's going on. Coming up, we've got the comedy club on board, the Attic. So do book this because it's quite a small venue. It'll all be signposted on the app and on your cruise planner. But if you do want to go see the comedy, make sure that you get it booked because it does sell out. Right, let's have a look at another little venue.
So coming up, we have the Crown Lounge. This is a lounge that is exclusive to those who are Diamond members and above on the Royal Caribbean Crown and Anchor Society. In here, it is a lovely lounge, lots of comfortable seating. The only downside is there is absolutely no windows in here, so it's not really a space that we ever wanted to hang out in. Usually we'd pop in here, grab a coffee, grab a snack or a cookie or some water and then leave. It does have a bar in here though. That is not complimentary. You do need to use your Diamond vouchers to grab a drink from there, and that is open usually around the evening time for a few hours, so between about 6 and 8. You will have to check the opening hours on your cruise.
You've also got the Royal Escape Room, which is an extra pay venue for escape rooms. We haven't done that before, but we're going to just head back in and have a look at the other side of the Royal Promenade here on deck 6. So this is the upper level. The Royal Promenade is over 2 decks. So we're just continuing on the upper deck. First of all, looking at dueling pianos. Now, this was one of the most popular venues on board. Oh my gosh, it was so fantastic. So it's a pair of pianos and pianists, say that very carefully, playing together, creating magic. There's a bar in here, but it is very small, so it does sell out very quick. You don't have to have tickets to go here, so I don't know why I'm saying selling out. It fills up very quick with people piling out of the back. So if you do see it on the cruise planner and you want to come and watch it, make sure you get there nice and early. This is just the view from Dueling Pianos, just overlooking the other side back towards that Pearl area. But we're now going to make our way further down to the centre to another one of the specialty restaurants. So this one is called Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar, and it's a really lovely venue. We do like this Italian. We much prefer it to Jamie's Italian on some of the other ships. Again, you're going to have to book to come here, and like I said, it's going to cost you some extra dough, but it feels quite al fresco with it being so open here on the Royal Promenade. But do bear in mind, if they're playing really loud music in one of the venues close by, you are going to hear it. If they're playing live music on the Promenade, it can get quite loud. They have parties and everything, so it can get very, very noisy with the sound bleed and things like that. You're just going to have to be aware that it's a noisy ship. It's a loud ship, it's a fun ship, and if you're into that, like us, we really enjoy it. You've got some beautiful views of the ocean and looking down to the deck below. It's just glorious. And look at that, the beautiful Pearl, which we're going to come and have a look at in a little bit more detail later on before we move on to our next venue.
So as we are just walking through Giovanni's, you can see there, that's the wine bar. So you can choose to eat at one of the tables or just grab a drink at the bar. So now we're heading back towards the other end of the Royal Promenade and up to another popular Royal Caribbean bar.
Oh, this one's called Schooner Bar.
This is why I got you to say it, Ben.
Schooner Bar, not Schooner Bar, David, Schooner Bar. And it's kind of like a piano bar, quite a traditional bar. It's on lots of Royal Caribbean ships, and it's a nice little space to come and chill out. You usually do trivia in here and a live piano player at times. But again, like I said, the sound bleed can be a problem. Again, you've got windows, which is a big thumbs up for us, and lots of really nice, comfortable seating to grab a drink. It's quite a classy joint, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do a great selection of cocktails. Actually, one thing we loved across the ship was that each bar had a great cocktail menu and unique cocktails in every single bar. I definitely recommend the rum old fashioned from the Schooner Bar.
Anyway, we've came down to deck 5. This is the lower deck of the Royal Promenade, and it is such a lovely space. First up, on our right hand side, we're going to make our way into the cruise next room. So this is where you can come to book your future Royal Caribbean cruises. They say that they have different offers and discounts compared to on land, so it's definitely worth checking, but we do recommend that you check the prices with your travel agent as well as the prices online, just to make sure you are really getting a good deal. Anyway, we're going to go on the other side to Port Merchants.
This is the duty free on board, where they sell duty free alcohol and cigarettes. They also sell extra things like sweets and candy. Now, don't be fooled by the prices. We do tend to see that the prices in here are more expensive than land, so exactly like Ben mentioned about cruises, make sure you check the prices before you buy.
Yeah, if you've also forgotten anything as well, so like medication, little bits and bobs, hair stuff, deodorants, you can buy them here. Do be aware you are going to pay a premium for this. They're going to be more expensive, so do try and get it on land when you're in port or before you come on the cruise. Try and make a checklist or something so you don't forget anything. Anyway, we're just walking across that Royal Promenade to our next venue. We're just going to kind of zigzag. We want to make sure that you see absolutely everything so you know what you're going to be expecting on your cruise. This one is called the Thorn and Thistle, and it's the English style pub. And isn't it lovely indeed? Does it feel like we're back at home, David?
It certainly does. So this is another popular venue. They have live music in here. Again, though, there is quite a noise bleed. You probably can hear somebody singing here and doing karaoke down the bar.
Guys, it's La Lida Loca. It's Tony in the background there. Did you spot him? Lovely guy. We said hi and it was nice to catch up with him as well. Lots of nice artwork, which is different to Icon of the Seas. You've got these lovely little statues, which are quite funny. But yeah, we're just looking onto the Royal Promenade now. Lots of little seating areas outside. And aren't those stairs fancy? You can do your jack And what's her face called? Kate? Rose, that's what she's called. You can do your Jack and Rose moment. Anyway, you've got a guest services desk if you have any problems. You can also speak to them on the phone, on the app. It is quite small, guys, so don't go there on boarding day or the last day. If you've got business to do with them, make sure you go at a good time because it can get very busy indeed.
Just look at all the amazing windows. We're so happy to see that they have windows into the Royal Promenade on this ship, and they're really making use of them, especially at this next bar, which was one of our favourites on board, just to have a drink and look out. This is $1,400.
No, don't worry, that's not the price of the cocktails here, guys. It's just the name of the bar, but it is a lovely bar with lots of panoramic windows. Fancy cocktails, you'll have to watch our vlogs. We've got a few of them with bubbles and all of that jazz, whatever it's called, gastronomic cocktails, but yeah, lots of nice comfy seating, and it's just a really diverse area, isn't it? You've got all different spaces with different types of seatings and feelings, and everywhere has a different vibe.
Now, a little cheeky top tip from us: just behind the Pearl, you'll find the Shore Excursions desk and some additional comfy seating. Not many people, I think, knew this was here, so it's a great spot if you're looking for a quieter place to come and relax and get some window views. You also have the photo desk here.
Yeah, so if you use the onboard photographers, here's where you can come and redeem your photos and things like that. So yeah, it's just kind of tucked right behind that egg that we call the Pearl. But yeah, look at those windows. You can see them on both floors because that's the Pearl Cafe just above there, which is lovely. Oh, I'm loving the greenery. And yes, it's fake inside because it wouldn't survive. Anyway, we've got the Pearl. Look at this. It's the masterpiece. Spread over, I think, 3 decks. It's blooming huge. It's a gorgeous space. Now it's got kind of like robot arms that move these panels, and they have LED lights behind them so it can go all different colours and shapes and waves. And obviously the stairs take you from the lower level up to the Pearl Cafe, so you can see the Pearl Cafe through there. It really is just spectacular, and it's a lovely space to come and grab a photograph. You can sit on here as well during performances in the Royal Promenade, but it is kind of just a showpiece, isn't it? It's very, very lovely indeed. Now let's go and explore the rest of the Royal Promenade. First up, we've got Starbucks.
So this is a additional charge venue. You can't use any of your drinks packages in here, and it's very much like a Starbucks on land, including selling those Starbucks mugs, which we absolutely love. Yes, we did collect them. They also serve food here as well. Personally, I don't think it's anywhere as good as Pearl Cafe, and it's an additional charge.
Yeah, do not buy food. Anyway, this is the shop by Royal Caribbean. Yes, they've got a whole merch store, and in recent years, Royal Caribbean have really risen their game in the merch game. Look, you've even got a sailor teddy bear, so the onboard dog, which is nuts. Loads of branded merch. You've got ship models, cups. I almost said bras there, but they don't have bras, don't worry, guys. T-shirts, that's what I meant. Bedazzled cups, lots of different types of merch to make your heart content. Go spend a fortune in there, or just don't, and save your money for a next cruise. That would be my top tip. You've got more shops on the left there, David, as well. I think we're going to show that first.
Yeah, so they have like additional counters. This sort of rotates depending on the day. During the sailing, they'll usually do like big sales. Buy this now because you'll never see it again. Honestly, don't feel pressured into buying anything.
Then you've got the collection where you've got some very fancy bags. Oh, it's too expensive. Let's leave. That's just too much for me. Anyway, let's move on to something a little bit more affordable because it's included in the price of your cruise. This is Sorrento's. Did you like my accent there, guys? Was that quite Italian? Anyway, it's the pizza joint, and it's open kind of mid-morning all the way up until 3 a.m. on our cruise. Now, this could change to different times. You can come and grab yourself a slice of pizza, which is very lovely indeed. They've usually got several varieties. There's a couple of Coke freestyle machines in here if you want to use your drinks package. But yeah, it's a great spot, especially after a big night out on the Royal Promenade. You can come and sit here and just watch people and just chill out and stuff your face with pizza.
Yeah, a top tip, you can request a whole pizza, but you may have to wait for it depending on how busy the Sorrento's is. So next we're going to take a nice stroll over to, guess what, Ben? Spotlight Karaoke. And can you guess what they do in here?
I've got absolutely no idea.
karaoke, silly. It's in the name.
Oh, well. Good stuff. Yeah, it's a karaoke bar, guys, and they have a bar in here. But again, it's quite a tight little venue for a ship that holds almost 7,000 passengers. It really is. So if you do want to do some karaoke, get here early. They also do trivia in here. I wish they would do it in some of the bigger venues because it does get so busy. You'll see the music hall in just a few minutes, and they should hold it there because that's a huge space. Anyway, we've got some more shops at the end of the Royal Promenade, including Effie. Is that the woman off of the Hunger Games, or is that jewellery?
That's jewellery. This is the diamond shop on board, the Effie Jewellers. If you do want to buy something, they do little parties and things in there where you might get a free drink. Have a look at the planner if you're into that.
They've also got another shop selling lots of cosmetics and beauty things. But again, we recommend checking the price online as well, just to make sure you are getting a bit of a deal. So that's really basically it for the Royal Promenade. Now, on the Royal Promenade, there's some escalators, yes, down to the deck below where you can visit the Casino Royale. How very James Bond. This casino is absolutely huge, and it was really busy on our cruise apparently. Lots of different tables, lots of different games and machines, smoking areas, non-smoking areas. There's a VIP section for you big rollers, seats in the middle, a bar. It is really big. But anyway, this is the music hall that I was talking about. Why not do all the trivia in here? Then it wouldn't be hard to get a seat.
Yeah, again, this is kind of tucked away, actually. If you didn't know it was here, you might actually miss it. They do live bands in here, as well as game shows and dance parties. But it's a huge venue. It's over 2 levels, and it's a really cool space.
Yeah, I really like it. They do hold a few game shows here, but it is a really nice space with some great music, quite rocky, so they've usually got like rock bands on and things like that, which is really lovely. And we're just going up to the upper level now. So you can see it's quite a big space really, and it's very modern, very underground, very cool. I do like it, but I've got to admit we didn't really spend much time here because again, because the ship is so big, you forget areas exist. So do make a concerted effort to make sure you go and have a look at everything, because even on day 7 of our cruise, we were walking around like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. I forgot it was here in the first place, but it is. So don't miss out, guys. That's one of our biggest tips. And don't cram everything into one day. Spread it all out. Make sure you've got plenty to do on every day, just so you've got something to do and you don't overwhelm yourself. It's really important that you take things nice and easy, and don't panic if you can't get things booked and stuff. You'll find a way.
And finally, yes, if you're still here, congratulations.
Here's an award.
We're heading into the main dining room. Now, this is a complimentary venue open for breakfast and dinner and lunch on sea days. It's located over 3 different levels, and on your cruise card, which is your key on board the ship, it will tell you which level you need to go to for your dinner.
Yeah, it can be up to a few different things. You can be doing my time dining, which is the flexible time dining, where you can pick when you want to eat. We recommend you still do book as soon as you get on board, so you've got a set table. Or you can do the more traditional time dining, where you have a certain seating, like an early seating or a later seating at the same table every evening. But it's a beautiful, large space, which is fabulous. We have to say a big thank you for sticking with us throughout this epic tour. Please do hit that subscribe button and the like button. We've got so much more content coming on this and other new ships coming out this year and next year. And what a masterpiece she is. She's such a fabulous ship. A big thank you to our patrons as well. You too can become a patron by clicking the link in the description section below. In return, we give you extra episodes that nobody else gets to see, early access to our videos, ad-free access to our videos, a monthly video chat, and much more. So I guess that's it till next time. Happy cruising!